Okay, Wild Card Saturday is over. Um, we'll go chronologically here. First game, Bills Colts. Bills win. Closer than expected. I thought Bills would win pretty comfortably, and kind of looked like that was going to be that for a while. Um, but Colts played pretty well. I thought they had you know, they seem to have the blueprint to beat Buffalo, and they kind of just didn't quite execute it. They had the ball control thing, um, keep Buffalo off the field, and but you know it was mostly in the first half where that was working, and they just didn't capitalize. Um, I think they had 3 red zone trips and got only 1 touchdown because they got a field goal, and then another one. I don't know what Frank Reich was thinking. Um, they have a 3rd and goal. They pitch it out to the running back. He loses yards, and then they still go and go for the 4th and goal. And it didn't work out. So um, that cost them points. They lost by 3. You know. Yeah, Reich kind of just all his decisions were bad ultimately. Um, and then they missed a field goal as well in the second half. And Buffalo got going on offense a little bit. Diggs caught a touchdown, um, and the Colts came back. The Colts had like 2 touchdown drives um, in the second half, maybe both even in the fourth quarter, that were really quick, like 2-minute drives. Because boom, boom, a couple of them they kept him in the game. They did have one shot then at the end. Um, uh, but there was they had this 2-minute drive at the end. It was like Gary Kubiak took over the play calling because I don't know what they were doing. They were running draws, and they were throwing these dinky little dump off passes with like a minute to go, and you're trying to at least get in realistic field goal range. They never even got in field goal range. They had to try a Hail Mary, which didn't even reach the end zone. It ended up like the 5 or something. And so Buffalo wins that. First playoff win for them since I was in high school, 25 years ago. Um, but you know, I'll say this: I'm glad I'm not a fan of an AFC East team and have to contend with Josh Allen for the next 10 years or so, because that's going to be tough. Um, that was kind of the one part of the game plan that the Colts didn't do. Was like they had no plan to contain Josh Allen in the pocket. He just ran whenever he wanted to, basically. But all right, so moving on to the next game. Told you can't trust the Seahawks. I don't know what you know. Just an awful performance by the Seahawks, and it has to be one of the worst games of Russell Wilson's career. Like, he was terrible. I don't know what's happened to him. I mean, you know, um, from where he was around the middle of the season to where he ended up in this playoff game, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's the coaching, or if Wilson's hurt, or if he's just suddenly losing it. I don't know what it is, but like, he threw I don't even know what his rating was today, but I think it was I think it was in like the 30s late. Now they got like a garbage touchdown, so maybe it went up, but he threw a pick six. He misfired on throws. He kept running into sacks, it seems like every time I would see the Seahawks lately, it's Russell Wilson just running himself into a sack. I don't know what's going on there. Um, so I don't know. I don't know what happened with them. I mean, the Rams have a good defense, but they look like the '85 Bears today, and um, But and the Rams, they started the backup quarterback, Wolford. He got hurt, and so Goff played most of the game, but Goff couldn't really play. Like he's hurt. He wasn't, you know, he made a couple throws, but nothing special. Like, so it's like it's doubly bad to lose a home playoff game, first one they lost in this era of Seattle football, um, and to lose it to basically a quarterback who can't play, can't really play at the moment, and they lost a couple more players during the game today. They lost Aaron Donald, and guess what? The Rams are probably going to play the Packers next. So isn't that just wonderful that the Rams are going to be incredibly banged up with multiple starting players, key starters who may not be able to play because Cooper Kupp got hurt too. So they might be down one of their best receivers, they might be down their quarterback, and they might be down only one of the best defensive linemen in football going up against the Packers. Isn't that just nice how that's going to work out for them? Or it works out for them, or the Bears win tomorrow, and then the Bears play the Packers, and then Tampa Bay gets to face the banged up Rams. So God, this is fucking miserable. And look, if you told me right now that the Rams can go into Lambeau and beat Green Bay or beat Tampa Bay for that matter, if you're like, great, I'll be rooting for the Rams next week, no matter whichever team they're playing. But I don't know. The Rams lost to the Jets just like 3-4 weeks ago, and then they go in, and frankly, they only got into the playoffs because Kyler Murray got hurt. And then they go into Seattle and basically dominate. The Rams are the hardest team to figure out in the NFL. I don't think there's another team that week to week, I have no idea what they're going to do. More than the Rams. I don't know. So, the Rams could win the Super Bowl for all I know, or they could get beat by 4 touchdowns next week. And really, neither one would surprise me at this point. So yeah, that's about it for that game. And the night game, I didn't really watch much of it. I wasn't interested. I caught some of the fourth quarter just because I've fallen a little bit online and see, the X-Skins are going to be reduced to their 5th string quarterback. And he never actually made it in, but it's like, the game wasn't interesting to me going in, so I wasn't interested. I wasn't interested in watching another primetime football game in which the announcers do nothing but suck off Tom Brady. I've been hearing it for 20 years. I don't need to hear it anymore. I'm not, I skipped a lot of Patriots playoff games over the last decade because I just got sick of hearing it. I got sick of hearing people just sucking up to Tom Brady every time. I don't need to hear it anymore. And I'm sure they were doing it tonight, even though he was playing a 7-19 with their 4th string quarterback. Taylor Heineke, Vikings legend Taylor Heineke, the one who put his foot through a glass door in 2016 and blew a chance to maybe be the Vikings starting quarterback that year. The one satisfying thing is Tampa didn't blow them out. I mean, they struggled to beat a 7-19 with their 4th string quarterback. But I'm sure it'll be treated as a Herculean performance because it was Tom Brady. It's just ridiculous. I mean, it's amazing. Of course, Tom Brady was going to get to face a 7-19 with a 4th string quarterback in the playoffs because that's. They're into the divisional round. They've beaten one team with a winning record all year. It's just insane. Like, you look back on it, like, of course that's why Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay, because he probably looked at their schedule and knew that he was going to have to, only face a couple of good teams all year. Um, but whatever, they're gonna. I'm sure that'll be treated as the greatest performance in the history of the NFL because that's what they do. But I mean, even just at the end of the game, even then the refs have to step in. They take a last drive for Washington, they get a completion. Wasn't a first down or completion or anything, but it was going to be like a third and short, and they go back and they say, oh no, it was incomplete, even though it was complete. It's like there's always got to be something. There's always going to have to be a call. I was even like, as soon as Washington got the ball back there with the a chance to maybe go tie it with a touchdown and a two, I was just like sitting there waiting. Okay, where's the flag? Where's the phantom flag that's going to come in and save Tampa's ass? There wasn't a flag, but there was a call. So there you go. But I mean, look, good for Taylor Heinicke. He gets a chance to play in a playoff game, and he did okay. And of course, there are Vikings fans online saying, "Oh, we should have kept him. We should have him instead of Kirk Cousins." I can't with you people. I swear to God, you'd rather have Taylor Heinicke, the guy who was playing in the freaking XFL, less than a year ago. You'd rather have him over Kirk Cousins, you sons of bitches. So yeah, like, congratulations on your towering achievement victory, beating a team that actually is 7-10. They actually finished 7-10 and had a 4th-string quarterback starting a playoff game. But at this point, it's all lined up perfectly because the NFL's gonna get their Green Bay Tampa Bay NFC Championship game. I would bet any amount of money on it. I don't care what happens with the game tomorrow. So now, if Saints win tomorrow, then the Saints play Tampa, and the Rams play Green Bay. If the Bears win tomorrow, then the Bears play Green Bay, and the Rams play Tampa. So. But I don't think the Bears are going to win tomorrow. But sorry, Saints fans. Well, not really sorry because you're Saints fans, and Rams fans, sorry, you're not going to be allowed to win beyond this weekend because the NFL is going to get their Packers Buccaneers NFC Championship game, and I can't wait to watch that when that happens because I'm going to be absolutely fucking fascinated to see how the NFL manages to rig a game for both teams at the same time. Because I don't know how they're going to do it. It's going to be absolutely fascinating because we never got the Brady Rodgers Super Bowl. Luckily, we had a couple of really close calls on that, but we're going to get the NFC Championship game between those two, and it's going to be the most disgusting hype week you've ever seen in your life. And they're gonna have to choose. The NFL's gonna have to choose. You can't manipulate both these guys into the Super Bowl. You can't do it. You're gonna have to choose one, Goodell. But anyway, I see. I shouldn't have even watched even like the 10 minutes of it that I did watch, because these just piss me off. These fucking Brady playoff games piss me off. Unless he loses, then they're great. Honestly, at this point, one thing's for sure at this point, I can stomach Green Bay getting to the Super Bowl more than I could stomach Tampa Bay getting to the Super Bowl. I really could, even though it's Green Bay, our number one hated rival. Like, I can at least live with that a little more than Tampa getting in. I mean, because this fucking thing it's unbelievable. He's into the divisional round and he's and they've beaten one team with a winning record all year, which was Green Bay, oddly. But I mean, it's just amazing. But so, all right. So one of the games today was satisfying. I mean, the other two kind of annoying. I mean, I wanted Seattle to win just because going in I thought, okay, they got the better shot to maybe take down these other teams. Maybe not. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe the Rams have the better shot, but they're not going to have a better shot if they don't have Aaron Donald and they're not healthy. So I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I think I think the AFC games tomorrow are very appealing, and Saints Bears, I mean, could be okay. I don't know. Fuck the Packers. Fuck Tampa Bay. Fuck Tom Brady. I hate all you. I fucking hate these guys. My interest in the NFL is going to absolutely skyrocket back up once those two assholes are out of the league. I'm so sick of these guys. 20 years of this fucking Brady and like 15 of Rodgers. I'm so sick of it. Just go away.